Okay, well, campaigns are always kind of fluid. That's the way that they work. There's certain basic things you have to get done, and time schedules and debates, so on and so forth. But so much happens during the day that you aren't expecting and that you adjust to. One of those happy things that happens is when somebody comes in through the door off the street and says, look, I'd like to be able to help in any way that I can. We have one such person here who came in just about 25 minutes ago. This is Victoria. And Victoria's she's got some background in political science. You can tell us about that. But I was really thrilled that someone with that kind of background came in. So why don't you tell us a bit about your background, and then I want to ask you a bit about why you're here and why you're involved.
Okay, well, I graduated from the political science program at Brock University.
Wow.
Moved here to London to be with my husband, and we're in the middle of an election, so I came in to help out.
Now, there's some people that have been turned off by an election, and they've told us that they just don't want to be involved in it. There's others that are feeling more engaged in it, but it's great when somebody will come in and make the effort to come in through the door and say, I want to get involved. What brings you here?
I am unhappy with the state of democracy in Canada. I think we really need to support the people who want the truth and who want a transparent government.
Yeah, and your background in your studies, did it cover a lot of that, not just about political developments, but about democracy itself? Is that part of where this base is coming from for you?
Oh yes, of course. Of course, it's a Canadian university, so a lot of Canadian Parliament and Parliament regulations and what needs to go on in Parliament. Unfortunately, we're just not seeing that anymore.
Yeah. And people come in sometimes also to help a candidate, and I very much appreciate that you came in. But apparently you and I met a while ago. I kind of remember it, but not really. But why don't you tell some of that story as well? Just so, because sometimes, people who are running for politics have these contacts with people in the past, and then all of a sudden those people come back and you join together again to try to do something that's a good cause. Where did we meet before?
We met at the Arc Aid Mission on Dundas Street here in London. We were doing the Sunday night dinner for the homeless, and that's where we met the first time.
That's right, and I came down, I remember, with the Riding Association,
Yes.
I think at that point, because we sometimes do those things out in the community. And you were there. That was a great evening. I remember I had to speak to it. I felt unqualified at being able to speak to it, but still it was a great experience for me. Are you involved in that kind of sector? Is that something you're interested in?
It is. I also work through my own church, Metropolitan United Church here in London, on their hospitality meals as well.
That's an important thing. Tell us how that works, but I'm aware of it, but why don't you tell us about it?
Sure, it's Friday nights at Metropolitan Church on Wellington Road, and it's open for everyone, and they usually serve about 100 to 150 people a night.
Yeah, that's great. I'm very much aware of that. Our own church, Wesley Knox United Church, does the same kind of thing, kind of an out-of-the-cold kind of program, but it means a lot to me when people like you come in, not just out of politics, but also out of values about that, looking after the people who need the kind of help. So I just wanted to thank you, Victoria, for coming in. I mean, it's a great story that politics can grab people like you and bring it into its midst and have you be part of it, because those are the values we need back into Ottawa. So thank you.
Well, thank you.